Growing up, I thought I had all the answers. I thought that I could figure everything out on my own without help, without any repercussions, really. Up until a point in my life where I made a big mistake and it changed everything for me. So, this speech is to pay tribute to my mother, um, and let her know, she made me who I am today. Let her know that I appreciate everything that she's done for me. My mother is my rock, and even though at the time I didn't care to admit it, she's everything to me. She is my best friend. Um, there was a time in my life when I was lost. I had everything in my life planned out. I knew what I was going to do. I knew where I was going to go to school. I knew what my house was going to look like. I knew when I was going to have kids, how many kids I was going to have. I knew everything. What teenager doesn't? Um, up until I made a decision that drastically changed everything. But she helped me see through it. And this is for her. Um, my mother taught me how to be successful. As I grew, my mother taught me to talk. She taught me how to walk. Talking, it's a way that you communicate with everybody, anybody, everywhere. And it starts off as little simple words. Like my first word was ba, and that just was the only word I knew. That's the only word that most kids, age 6 months, know, according to WebMD. And it's just a simple starting point. We don't have the facial muscles. We don't have all of the ability to distinguish between different verbalizations. And she always knew what I wanted. It didn't matter whether I said ba for my bottle or ba for my nookie or, whatever I wanted. She knew. It's like she knew me better than I knew myself. Um, it's crazy. Thinking back to all these things, it brings back a lot of memories. By teaching me to walk, she gave me a way to always come home. That's the way I see it. At first it starts off with a step here, a step there, and, there's so much excitement around it, so much joy and a sense of accomplishment for anybody, any parent really, who's ever been there. And, growing older, you learn like, okay, she taught me to walk. I'm now able to take care of myself. But I'm also able to turn around and come home or to come back to her if I ever needed to, for whatever reason. She continues to teach me, getting me ready for adulthood where I am now. She's taught me everything. Through school, I learned about math and, general education and everything that pushed me to, continue going to school, continuing to choose who I want to be in a career path, so to speak. And at first, I started off, I wanted to be a vet, and then it kind of progressed to, I don't want to go to school anymore because I made a decision, a life choice, actually. I got pregnant really young, and my life was over, or so I thought. Anyways, looking back, like, she's pushed me through that. She didn't once judge me. She didn't once say, you've ruined your life. You've done this to yourself. There's no coming back from this. She just, what? This is the cup of life that you've been given. This is the route that was planned for you. And you're going to see through it. And you're going to do fine. Because I know you will. Looking back, she always gave me those skills. I always had the skills to be able to do what I wanted to. One thing I learned that is equally as important as having those skills is knowing that I can't control everything. Case in point, I got pregnant really young. I was only 17. And it wrecked my life for a little while. But I saw through it because she helped me see through it. She helped me to understand that this isn't the end of the world. This is just the end of one chapter and the beginning of the next. This is a gift. You've been given a gift. Everything happens for a reason. One door opens, another closes. We've all heard that saying time and time again. You have to decide what it is that you want. And you have to be able to go out and work for it. With reward comes sacrifice. You'll overcome obstacles that stand in your way, as I have. My daughter is 10 years old now, and looking back, I wouldn't be where I am without my mother, without the guidance, without the extra help, without the push. She pushed me. she pushed me a lot more than I've ever pushed myself. And looking back, I know that, this is what was needed. This is what I needed without knowing that I needed it. She knew what I needed, and she put me back on that path. Um, she gave me all those life skills, and these life skills are what I'm giving to my daughter. I'm helping her to be successful. She goes to school. I've taught her to walk. I've taught her to talk. I've taught her to do the things that my mother taught me, when I was young. Teaching her that she can't control everything, because you can't. I mean, case in point, I'm a living example, as is everybody else. We all been there. And teaching her that she can overcome any obstacle that stands in her way, just as I have, just as anybody else has, in their life, whether it's the next exam or passing your driver's test or, studying, everything. You have an obstacle and you need to get past it, and you can do so. It's not the end of the world. I know that I can always fall back, and if I have questions, I know where to go, because my mom has left that open for me. She's left that ability to communicate with her. Looking back, I had a great model. I had a great role model, being my mother or my grandmother or her mother's mother. I come from a line of really strong women, and it's inspiring. And it's something that I want to continue, both for myself and for my daughter's sake, so that she can continue on and know that she can accomplish everything. Um, I found in conclusion that no matter how much I messed up, no matter how much I thought I was a failure, my mom was always going to be there for me. She was there for me the same way that I'm going to be for my daughter. No matter what, you have to trust the people who raised you. I had to come to terms with the fact that there were things that I wasn't going to be able to change, and I had to overcome that obstacle in my life. Your mother is the first person to believe in you, even before you believe in yourself. She teaches you to do the same, and to do the same and inspire others as well. So my mother is and always will be my best friend, my role model, and everything, really. She means the world to me, and I just want her to know that.